Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at some of these charts. I don't know about you, but it's snowy as a beast out there, so I'm going to get this video done, and obviously I'm going to go build some snowmen, get my ass frozen off. Right, so from what I can see, and I've just had a flick around it, it's pretty much exactly the same as it was yesterday. So we're still looking for that a little bit further down, really, to see if we can get a bounce at any one of these levels. The most important level for Bitcoin specifically is currently comes in at 96,800 or thereabouts. You've got your 20 moving average, you've got your 10 exponential, you've got a 21 exponential. They're all sort of forging this one major support, really, which is roughly, and again, when you're dealing with such big numbers, give or take a few $100s or so, roughly around 96,500, 6, 7, 800-ish area. That's the sort of thing we're looking for. I was expecting a bit more of a pullback anyway. It's not really got it. And if we see ourselves on the 4 hourly, it's basically the same. It's 97.5, and then we've got 97.250, and if all is lost, major support down here at this freshly forged golden cross on the 4 hourly, 96,000. So a lot of hardcore support below us, really. So it's currently sitting at 98. It's failing. I say failing to break it down. It's strong. It's definitely trying its hardest to stay afloat here. XRP obviously is curling over, as we expected. Like I said, this shouldn't come as any surprise at all. I think when we were doing the Patreon on Friday, we were reaching these areas, and I said a pullback is required. A pullback is probably the best thing to hope for, and it won't be an enormous one, but it'll be one all the same. So you got the resistance there, you got your support here, from top to bottom moving around 13%, and it should only be an opportunity for a bounce, really. I'm not really looking for chaos in altcoins or in any markets, really. The way that they look, to be fair, is quite strong and quite good. And like I've been saying for all of December, allow for the pullback. December was supposed to, and it was a month of pullbacks in red. And then if we're going to turn around, it should be around now, really, and we're starting to see evidence of that. But we're not out of the woods, I have to say. It's not completely cleared. If we go over to the over to the weekly, it is fine on the weekly. The higher term timeframes do look massively bullish, and so we shouldn't be bearish on that. The daily, again, so far still continues to look bullish. We shouldn't be bearish on that. But you want to get above this previous high, the previous local high. Otherwise, this is just a lower high. So that is, and we'll just call it for safety purposes, closure, above 100,000 really for Bitcoin. That's really what we want to see. Ethereum has created a higher low, so this is what's good about the market at the moment. So we got a potential alt season. That's right, I'm going to say the word alt season. I know people don't like that word, but I'm going to say it all the same. This is my expectation for the Bitcoin dominance, really. So we've had this little wiggly line in here for a while now, and it's not going to play out exactly to my, it's just a guide as far as time is concerned, but it looks good. So we're below all moving averages on the daily. We're also below them, obviously, on the 4 hourly, which has got death crossed on exponentials, not quite yet on simples, but if we carry on like this, we will get it. And you move over to the weekly, it was a clean rejection on your 20 moving average, right from the center of the band. So we'll be looking for a move down, and I think continuation down. The first big resistance outside of the 50 exponential, which is at 56% dominance, is the 200 down here at 53. And if you lose that, then we are talking party time back down to the mid 40s and maybe even lower. So we could be looking for some serious alt season-y type vibes going on right now. So very pleased with it, and it looks like it's proving to work to my expectations. It's going to be a good year, basically, for the most part. There'll be big months of ups, there'll be big months of downs, just like what we saw. Remember, leading into November, I did say, this is the easy part of the market in November, and for anyone who bought, end of summer into September, October. For anyone who bought those, it's still the easy part of the market, because you should be allowing those hodls to ride to their full potential. The hard part of the market for most was those who were left behind or didn't buy or didn't accumulate and were stuck watching it all go up 100, 200, 300% later, fighting that FOMO. And I said, you just got to wait It will come. There's going to be big moves up and big moves down. You're not going to get yourself back to, anywhere, that could have, it's not going to be like, for those of us who accumulated effectively. You'll never get those prices. But, for most people, they got 50% off, didn't they? It was a 50% off sale for crypto in December. And that's good enough, because some people would have FOMO'd in at the top and they're 50% down now, and they've got to wait to even see their portfolio recover from the point where they FOMO'd at the top. And then they've got to wait further to get some money out. So it's hard. It's hard, but not for us. For some reason, the charts are doing what we expected it to. And it's not always the case, I have to say. It's definitely not always the case. But so far, we've had a stroke of luck, buying more or less the lows and reaccumulating over December. And now we're looking to sort of ride these up throughout, I reckon, for the majority of January and possibly February before we start to see our next major peaks. It's barely started, really, yet. Barely started. So that is that. I mean, there's really no need for me to take up all of your time when the analysis remains exactly the same as yesterday. I've got to get out there in the snow, obviously. So, and I'm sure you do too if you've got kids. And even if you don't have kids, you probably got to get out there anyway. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.